Hello survivors, and welcome to another video. In today's video we are playing on the Elementalist with his Darkness Scepter. I thought it would be really cool if we did a build based on Dark Torrent, where it says here that you send shadow fragments in all directions that return to you, and then they deal damage based on how many different types of skills you have, also applying Doom. Now, as you can see, it says the base damage is about 2000. Damage per skill bonus is plus 10% at the moment. It doesn't actually give you the bonus amount there. You've got to kind of work it out. But to complement this, one, we run Chromatic Bolt. So with just the two of these, we have 14 skills already. And then we add Summon and Seasonal, which becomes 16. We then add Empowering, which is 17, as well as Area, I believe. Yeah, so Empowering and Area, which is 18. Then we add Static and Bomb, which is 20, and that's it. So we got 20 of them, which is a 200% over there, as well as the 80% extra damage from Generalist as well. We got Executioner because we got Chromatic Bolt, as well as a whole bunch of negative effects. Versatile Strength to also increase our damage even further, and then we're running Weapon Expert to get Dark Torrent, Unconventional Start, and Endless Refill. Now, if you don't get you don't need to go for the double like Martin Arcane Power. You can actually get Frozen Warhammer. That gives you Slam as well, which increases the damage by an extra 4%. But you get the gist of it. If we actually have a look at the skill breakdown, you can see Dark Torrent's DPS is 70.70k with a 24.1 million effective damage, and then a total of 34 million damage. That's including overkill damage, which isn't actually a thing in the game, but yeah, anyway. Let's go. This is the highest curse difficulty. We are going into Overlord 1, and we're going to see, I did want to see if skill breakdown does reset. It doesn't, which is actually quite nice. And the skill is actually strong enough that we can even play with it on full visuals and not have to worry about dying to any of the bosses or anything like that. It just really does do a lot of damage. We're getting quite a lot of damage from it, and I also didn't really expect to go into Overlord with this. It did take me a little bit longer to get all the skills I wanted, so I landed up going into Overlord instead to show you the full build instead of from a fresh Curse 7 run. What I would do is, if you wanted to go into Overlord cycles instead of Executioner, or instead of Versatile Strength, I think instead of Executioner, it might actually be better to go for Lord's Bane, which is going to give you the 125% increased damage, multiplicative damage as well going forward, because there are a lot of negative effects that we can't apply, since Chromatic Bolt is only applying Bleed, Poison, Doom, and Bleed, Poison, Doom, and Burn. So a little bit of an upset there with the negative effects, but it is what it is. We kind of got to just move forward from there. Grabbing up all the special the special passives over here that we otherwise normally don't get, you know, just so that we get the versatility going. There wasn't a reason to pick up Bleed when we already proc Bleed with Chromatic Bolt and things like that. But again, does help with the Executioner anyway, deals more damage to bosses. But again, I would replace it with Lord's Bane if you are looking to go into higher Overlords. But unless you're running Shield Wall and Center Blood, don't really expect to get extremely far into Overlord cycles. Would be nice if, you know, that does change eventually in the future. But you can see already just how quickly we completely destroy these bosses. Got to make sure we don't get hit by our dear Void Hunter over there. Void Presence, sorry, not Void Hunter. And we just got to make sure that we stay alive as much as possible. So I do think we are going to reduce the opacity just a little bit, just so that we are in a much better setting to stay. Oh, it's already on 50%, so we'll just reduce it to about 25%, and we'll go from there, just so it's a little bit better for us, and so that we can, you know, just stay alive. One thing as well, the Elementalist, the Ascension does give us a lot of negative effects as well as summons and things like that. It doesn't count towards like Horde or things like that where you get +1 to summon. Or actually might. I think Horde might affect it, but it doesn't really have a summon tag to it. What I'm talking about is the Ember Fox from the Ascension. When you pick up the fire orbs over here, When you get the Ascension off, it summons an Ember Fox, which is a fire summon technically, but because it's just an Ascension, I don't believe it has skill typings, and therefore it doesn't affect, we shouldn't be affected by things like the Horde Ruin or anything like that. Would be quite interesting if it was. It would be interesting to see how that worked out and whether or not it actually does work. But every time you pick up a different color, you have a different effect based on that color. Like there, blue becomes the ray of ice, or whatever you want to call it. I think the arcane colored ones normally give you a buff. The purple ones are doom debuff on enemies. Green is obviously your toxic with poison and rot. Light, I think, might be some dazed damage as well, and so on and so forth. So really cool Ascension. I really like it, but a lot of people seem to not like Elementalist at all, and typically just complete the skill tree with him, and that's the end of your days with him. So I really enjoy him. I like him, but it's all personal preference anyway. Don't even know what to grab anymore. We're gonna go damage, I guess. Cost, frequency, more damage, desperation, perfect. That, and some of this, some of that, some of that. The more damages, the better, and we are up to already 3k. Well, I would say 6k, because it deals damage going out and then the damage returning as well. So you always got to remember that it is a double damage, so everything you see is going to be doubled, which is fantastic. But you can see just how quickly we are killing the bosses, and just how easy it is. I don't really feel that stressed when playing this build, but I mean, I guess it's also because there is quite a lot of power creep in the game, to the extent that I think we could play on any build and we could make it work. I mean, you can always drop a suggestion down in the comment section if there is something you'd like to see. I do have a fire build coming up for Avant-Garde. He did say that he doesn't seem to have a good fire build for, I guess, I'm assuming Pyromancer, because that's the main fire character. Ow, we just got one tap there, quite hard. That was pretty bad. Let's not do that again. But it is quite a risky build that we are playing, because we do want to be quite close to the bosses. That was actually quite bad. What are we going to do to stop that? We need more laugh. But we're not getting any laugh options. So we got one more laugh, only one more set of bosses left anyway. I'm sure we'll be perfectly fine. I love it. I'm like, nah, we're perfectly comfortable in this. We totally don't have to worry about death. And then there I get one tapped by one of the bosses. Pretty good, pretty good. Love it when, RNG works that way for us. Just stay away from the shield bash, stay away from the spin. He is dead anyway. These two will die pretty quickly. There we go. And then we've just got the prophetess, who is going to die now as well. So pretty easy run. Pretty straightforward, and actually very fast as well, so very enjoyable. Let's take a look at the stats and then go from there. Definitely a very strong skill when you have the right skills. Yep, even better than your summon helper elves, although we do have a lot of damage increases over there and not so much on the helper elves, so that could make a big difference as well going forward. But very cool skill. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this in the future. And always remember, keep safe, survivors. Until next time, cheers.